In the 90th minute, Senegal score. Yet the goal is disallowed for a marginal foul. This represents discretionary decision-making rather than strict rule application. Given the context, a final played in Morocco, the practical consequence was the extension of the match. On technical grounds, the goal should have stood. 2 minutes later, an almost identical incident occurs in the opposite penalty area, and this time a penalty is awarded. While the contact can be interpreted as a foul in isolation, football decisions are not made in isolation. Given the disallowed goal moments earlier, this penalty should not have been awarded. Senegal's players protest the decision. The match is suspended for 17 minutes. This is extraordinary yet not irrational. In political theory, this is collective resistance, a refusal to proceed under conditions perceived as illegitimate. During this interruption, the matter exceeds the boundaries of sport. Security struggles to maintain control in the stands. Reports describe a credible risk of escalation. At this moment, authorities are no longer administering a football match, they are managing public order. The match then enters a legal grey zone. The rulebook allows for forfeiture, yet law is never applied in a vacuum. This is what political philosophy defines as a state of exception, when extraordinary circumstances suspend normal enforcement. Had the rules been enforced rigidly, the match could have been awarded 3-0 to Morocco. The fact that it was not is legally and politically revealing. It signals recognition that Senegal had been materially wronged of a goal and therefore possessed leverage, a bargaining position, a joker. What follows resembles crisis governance rather than sport. A solution is imposed from above, involving the highest footballing authorities, aimed at restoring equilibrium and preventing wider conflict, particularly with Morocco designated as a co-host of the 2030 World Cup. Why the referee Ndala didn't overturn his decision? Reversing the decision under sustained protest would have constituted a loss of perceived authority, suggesting that the referee's decision-making independence was compromised by collective player pressure rather than governed by established procedure. Sadio Mane calls his teammates back onto the pitch. They return unanimously. This is not reconciliation, it is collective compliance after negotiation, acceptance not because justice was restored, but because escalation carried unacceptable consequences. Diaz steps forward. This is not an act of goodwill. This is not moral heroism. He attempts a Panenka, a symbolic gesture. In political terms, this is performative dissent, resistance expressed within boundaries imposed by power. When the penalty is saved, there is no celebration, no visible relief, no visible disappointment. Play resumes immediately. This is normalization after crisis, the silent acceptance of an outcome shaped by obligation rather than choice. I do not endorse violence in football stadiums. However, belief and reality must be distinguished. Football is the closest phenomenon we have to war without weapons. Pride, honor, national identity, embedded in the collective conscious and unconscious.